Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Then we got the flask. Basically, you want something that you can break it into for the glass not to spread everywhere.
Come up a little bit closer when you're telling them about it.
Hey, you want me to bring a table
Lift
up?
the thing.
Yeah, bring it to.
There you go, Louie. Can you do that? Perfect. Yeah, come up close, Louie. That's good. And I got your camera right here. There you go. Perfect.
All right. So back to, you want a container to hold the glass in when you break it. You want to wear safety glasses. The gloves will do two things. They'll help protect your hands, but also when you use the Fizan, it's good to keep everything safe.
Listen, little known fact, unless you've actually bought Fizan from an orchid dealer, which is really not that many people out there that are selling
Basically,
orchid chemicals.
What I'm going to do is take this, I'll put a paper towel over it so I can go ahead and break it, and you don't have to worry about too much spreading around.
Break that
There's
glass.
a little lip on this bottom that you want to hit. Goes all the way around.
Robert.
You can pretty much
Over your
use any
house.
hammer you really want, but you don't need a real big one.
Wow.
Careful. See
It's pretty much all gone, the bottom.
how the bottom just whacked off of that? Like it
The whole
just broke
bottom's
off?
gone.
Ooh.
What we have is a gallon of, we use distilled water for the good properties, and put a teaspoon of Fizan in there.
Fizan in there.
Fizan in there.
Yep.
So
They're
now-
all stuck together because they've got
Right, they're all
agar on the
stuck
bottom
together.
of them, which is like a jelly type medium that they grow in when they're babies.
You
So
see
you
all
still
the
have
roots
black
like
stuff.
this?
Yep.
This is when they're ready to come out. If you don't see all these roots, they're not ready.
That's right.
Let them sit in there. Do not put them in sun or indirect sun. You want them in the shade on your back patio or something, because glass magnifies light. So then basically now, you just take them, you break them up.
Yeah, Robert, that's
Good
how
job,
you do it.
Robert.
Yeah, it's like a Steven Spielberg over here.
You basically break them up.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but now, once you do it,
It
right,
does. And you got to clean the extra agar off them, but there is one
Is
right
this
there
a Vander
with
or
the
a
roots.
cat?
This is a cat.
Okay.
Rinse it off. Put it in a bowl, paper towel a little bit. In the end result, you want to take these and put them on a rack. Let them dry and water them for a couple weeks. Now the cats,
What kind of rack, Louis? Could they get like a
basically I use
like a wire drying rack? Like
it's a
baking
wire
rack or
drying
something?
rack. I use
Yeah.
a dehydrator rack.
There you go.
They're like 3/4 by 3/4 squares.
Yeah, yep.
I lay it on there. That way you can take care of them.
They dry out easy. They got great airflow around them,
Right.
which is
Right.
important to keep
Now
them fresh.
Vandas, you don't want to put in any media. You want to put on a wire once you get them set and done, which basically the wire will look like this.
Did you make that, Louis?
Yes.
We made this
Out of a piece of straight wire, right?
basically out of a piece of wire I straightened, but you can also get electrician's wire. That's already straight. They're not real hard to do. Obviously, if that wants
I was
to
going to
pull
say,
out
Louis,
rope.
can do that thing, but yeah, show them right here how you do it, Louis. You got a pair of dikes?
Yep.
Yep.
Right on.
This is actually a little bit lighter gauge. 12 to 14 gauge will work. But basically you take a dowel, piece of wood, something round, about a 1/2 inch. This is a little smaller. You take it, you bend it around,
You use it as a mandrel.
you can pull it out, bend it up, take your pliers, cut them as long as you want. I bend them over backwards so you can hang them.
That's for Vandas. The Cattleyas you can grow in a community pot, they call it.
Correct.
And we'll talk, that's basically just a big round, like the bottoms of terracotta pots. How sometimes they have those big round trays to hold the water in them. You can buy those and use them. Put a little bit of medium in it, and just lay the Cattleyas down on top of there. You're not planting them there for very long. You're just keeping them there until they start to root out, so you can put them into a 2-inch pot or whatever. But that's called a community pot. if you wanna
Right.
look
Which is
that up.
basically a square pot, about
It's
an inch and a
round,
half
square,
deep,
it might matter
the
the
whole
size,
bottom,
the shape of it.
put a little sphagnum moss in it,
Or bark.
or bark,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't want them to
or a
rot.
mixture. But
Mhm.
obviously you have to be careful with the amount of moisture you put in them.
And we're done.
Basic-
So that's
basically,
basically all there is to
that's
it.
it.
Pick up that mass and see. Is it already starting to clean itself off? Are they like
It's,
wanting to
it's
fall
starting
apart
now.
yet?
You got to break these up. These are rooted really well. These will have to be rolled around in your fingers.
Yeah, do it. Show them how you do it.
Carefully.
Lloyd. Show them how you do that.
Basically, keep dunking them,
You got all
squish
the
them
time.
around,
There's 120 people watching you, so they're definitely
roll them
interested.
around. There's another
See,
one.
they come out nice, and it's been Physan, so now it's disinfected. It's any damage that's happened, if there's any in vitro virus or anything that was in that flask for whatever reason.
The
it's now
flasks
been
are
killed.
actually very sterile.
They
Yeah.
are. They're
This is
100%
what
sterile.
we're introducing them once it's
Yeah,
broken
like
open.
when a mom has a new baby and that baby has no immune system whatsoever, that's what these plants are like. So every pathogen in its fucking mother
So it's
is
basically
going to attack that plant. So now you want to be really diligent with your using of your Physan. If I was growing seedlings, Louis, tell them what you do with your Physan. I'll tell you because you're the man tonight.
what I do with it.
Yeah, no. How often do you Physan, et cetera, et cetera?
Basically we do
We did the cocktail half strength.
half strength
Half
cocktail,
strength.
and we also did the other one.
Xeritol.
How
the
often?
Xeritol.
Yeah, you use Xeritol often on them, or?
Xeritol
Have not.
once a week, once
Okay.
every 1 to 2
Okay, good.
weeks. It depends on if you know your area that you're using.
I've actually never grown them from that stage myself personally.
We're using a screened-in patio, and they're close to the screen, so I
Yeah.
worry about fungus from that. So I over-treat them a little bit.
You should. I mean, I don't think
Water
that
them
they're growing
twice a
great,
week,
so-
twice a day, and start
Water 'em.
using light
Yes.
fertilizer. And B1 will help you also.
They're gonna start. They're gonna start popping out roots.
Yep.
But
There you go.
basically, that's it.
You can see
Done
them.
deal.
Yes.
For the Cattleyas, are they drying out for a couple days or no, not at all?
No.
Put 'em right
no,
into.
no, you
No.
want to dry those things out for a week, so sometimes
Okay.
more. Yeah, you
Before
want
we
to
put them in
minimal
pots with
minimal
stuff,
water until you
even
start
with the
seeing
cactus.
roots.
These are
Okay.
Because
very
they're raw.
good flasks.
Yeah.
These
they're
are
super
very
nice.
good. They're
Those
very
are from
well
our boy
rooted.
John, man. He doesn't help you around.
Absolutely.
He's
If
got
you
the
get
best
a
stuff out
flask
there.
and do not see all the roots at the bottom
Yeah.
of the agar,
It's not
let
quite
it
ready.
sit.
Yep.
Let it sit. Kind of bright light, but no sun at all.
I'm bringing you plants that, by and large, are ready to come out of their flasks.
Right.
So there's no more waiting for you. It's time for you to give birth. Well, not you personally. It's time
Right,
for the
give
flask
birth.
to give birth to the plants.
And there you have it.
That's it.
That's
So
it.
that's Deflasking 101. Round of applause.
All right.